Dave, how's Clayton today? You had mentioned that he was going to have an MRI. You don't have the results just yet, but anything come through, and how are things?
Um, Clayton's doing. I haven't seen him today, but everything I hear from the training staff, he's a little kind of still sore. I don't know when he's going to pick up a baseball again, but I think I use that phrase status quo. I think that's where we're at right now, and he'll be. Again, I think it's going to be shorter than longer term.
There was a sim game out here today. Blake Treinen, how did that go for him? And was Brewstar out there as well?
Brewstar was out there. Blake was out there. They both threw an inning, and Blake was good. I think he was 20-something pitches. Brewstar was really good, facing hitters, so I think it went off really well. I'm not sure what's next in line, assuming that they both come out of it really well. Again, I think Brewstar is still 10 days away, and I think Blake is right around September 1.
Dave, what gives you the confidence that it's a shorter-term thing with Clayton and not longer-term?
I think symptomatically, where he came out of that game in San Francisco, he's had similar sensations, and so I think that's something, fortunately, unfortunately, he's had a lot of history with that, so kind of what has transpired in the past.
Would you get a better idea once he picks up a baseball, and then kind of is that kind of like the bigger thing, or is whenever he feels good?
No, I think it's more when he feels good, because assuming that he can pick up a baseball sooner, it's just more of how his body is moving, and then the arm should still be fine.
Is he getting an epidural or anything like that?
He did get an epidural, and so that's going to take a couple days to kind of settle in. And, once that kind of soreness, dissipates, then I think we'll know more as well.
Just to clarify with the MRI, when you say nothing new, is there nothing structural wrong or nothing just different than last
Nothing
time?
different from the last, I would assume, couple MRIs.
Did he have the epidural today,
Yesterday.
Is there anything structurally wrong?
I don't know. I don't know that. All I know is that the words from the doc was it's the same. So I really don't think it matters in the sense that he's pitched all season, and if the MRI says that there's no new findings.
Do you have anything more specific that we could call it, like back pain? Like last time it was the right SI joint inflammation.
See, but it's the left side right now. So JP, I don't know the specific. I don't. I should find that out though.
The Kershaw injury now, and you still got guys coming back. How do you kind of plan and look towards October as far as trying to map out the way your roster is going to look, considering you do have a 15-game lead in the division?
Well, I think that mapping it out is trying to ensure that the guys that we do have active stay active and healthy, and the guys that are not active do what we can to get them back. And as we get through September, see where we're at. And, hopefully there's going to be a lot more difficult decisions to make as far as the roster construction. But I think, Dave, our mindset is the 26 guys we have, we're going to try to win a baseball game and obviously be mindful of workload and usage.
Does it feel like the margin for error is kind of thin right now in terms of you guys not really being able to afford to lose many more guys, especially on the pitching staff these final couple months?
Yeah, that's fair. I think, that's true. So I think with that, you still got to play the games. Guys are still going to pitch and play and compete, and things happen that sometimes there's just nothing you can do to kind of guard against it. But if you look at the pitching staff, it's something that we got to really be. We got to really do everything we can to take care of.
How frustrating is the timing of it? Just like you trade away Mitch White, you don't really add another starter at the deadline, and then Payton goes down like the next day.
That's baseball. I think that if we knew Clayton was going to go down, then we might have done something different. I don't know, but I don't spend much time thinking about that. I personally, we all wish Mitch well. I like the depth, the organization that we have, but you still can't prepare for the what might or might not happen.
Considering it'll be a couple weeks to a month, I guess, what's the plan for who to step in at that point? You thought about that yet?
Obviously, we have to fill his spot in the rotation. We've obviously called up Maranta for the short term. Dustin May is going to continue his rehab. I think he pitches on Tuesday. He'll go 5 innings at OKC, and the world will look different then, and we'll make a decision on whether he should make another one, which is most likely. So now you're looking at, somebody obviously in our system to make that start. So obviously, Pepio certainly makes sense.
Have you decided if Treinen is going to go on a rehab assignment yet?
We have not. He and Bruzdar are going to do a live simulated game tomorrow. They'll throw to some hitters, so that once we get past that, then we'll kind of make the next decision.
To go back to Clayton, I mean, he said when he was coming back from the last back thing, he was hoping it was just a once-a-year thing for this back at this point. Hey, how much frustration could you sort of sense from him that this sort of flared up again?
He's certainly frustrated, but there's nothing we can do about it, and I think his our only focus is to do what we can to get him back as soon as possible, so and healthy. So, yeah, I mean, I think his thoughts, his hope was all of ours.